Hello everybody, my name is Bhakti Dige, student of BCA Data Science. Today I am here to perform analysis on breast cancer Wisconsin dataset. Our aim to diagnose patients with breast cancer by analyzing the data of patients and classifying them into two categories, having diagnosis result as benign and malignant, which is denoted as B and M respectively. So let's get started with the coding part. So for the analysis, before we begin with our analysis, we need to install some packages that are ggplot2, CA tool, corplot. So I have already installed it. To use these packages, we need to load it. For that purpose, we will use library function and load the packages in the current working directory. So in this way, we will load it. Okay, so here we are going to read the data. For that purpose, we will need to import the dataset into our code. We need to create a variable like I have created here, that is dinfo, and then specify the file type as CSV file type. Note the dataset file and the R file should be in the same location for easy access. And here we need to provide path of the location of a file where, like I have provided, where header is equal to true indicates the heading in our dataset. So here I am reading by using read.csv function. Coming up with the next line, that is view.dinfo. Here we will use view function to see all the observation in our dataset. So here you can see on your screen that using view function we can see all the data of our dataset. So here are number of dataset in our dataset. So here there are ID, diagnosis, radius mean, texture mean, perimeter mean, area mean, and many more features. Coming back to our coding part, here to see the structure of the dataset we will use structure function. On the console you can see after using structure function we have got the output in of like structure of the dataset. Coming down, if you want to see the dimension of the dataset, we will use dimension function. So in that, 569 are the observation of 32 variables. To check the summary of the dataset, we will use summary function. So here on the output, you can see by using summary function, we have got all the summary of our dataset. To remove the NA's, that NA value, we will run following line of code, and then we will check the summary again. So now in this summary there are no NA values in our data set. So now to check the number of women affected in benign and malignant state, we will use compound assignment operator, and also we will use with that count function. So let's see what we get after running this line of code. So guys, you can see here in the benign state there are 357 affected women, and in the malignant state there are 212 affected women. Here if you want to calculate the percentage of women affected in benign and malignant state, we will run this following line of code. Again we will use here count function, group by function, and summarize function. Okay, so here we can see the percentage of benign and malignant state. So 62.7% of women is affected in benign stage, and 37.3 are percent women are affected in malignant stage. So now from here we will start data visualization part. So here if we want to check the frequency of cancer diagnosis, we will run the following code. In that we will use table function. Table function is nothing, it will but it will give you a, it will do a tabular calculation across, or it will perform the categorical tabulation of data with variable and its frequency, also helpful in creating frequency tables. So we will run this following line of codes. Now here we will create a pie chart. For creating a pie chart, we will use pie labels and sprintf function, where pie labels are an extremely useful tools to create a code or make your code simple and more initiative. And sprintf function works just like printf, but instead of sending output to console, it returns the formatted screen here. So let's see, we will run this line of code. Okay, so here, as you can see, I have given in the main, I will show you. In the main, I have given frequency of cancer diagnosis as a title. So here the title for my pie chart is frequency of cancer diagnosis, and it is a graphical representation of the percentage of women affected in benign and malignant stage, as you can see. So the green portion here shows that the number of women affected in benign stage and the number of women affected in malignant stage. Okay, so here it represents that the green part is for benign tumor and the M part is for malignant tumor. Now, as we are now more interested in, now we are also interested in how the 30 predictors relate to each other. To see bivariate relationship among these 30 predictors, we will look at correlation. For that, we will plot correlation plot, and to calculate the collinearity, we will use this line of code. As I have in our dataset, there are 32 variables. I will keep the proportion, that is 3 is to 31. So for that, I have created core plot. In that, H cluster is a hierarchical clustering order. So in that, now we will run the code. So now you can see here the correlation plot. I will zoom so that it will be easy for you to see. So you can see here that I have plotted the correlation plot, which gives the features of 32 variables here. Now moving towards the next part. Here we will compare the radius, area and concavity of benign and malignant stage. So here we will use ggplot. ggplot is already I have told that ggplot is nothing but it is a package, or it is a function that provide us for a which initialize ggplot object. It can be used to declare input data frame for a graphic. Okay, so here we will run this line of code and compare the radius, area and concavity of benign and malignant stage. So here on the graph you can see that box plot is plotted of diagnosis, that is benign and malignant, which compares concavity of benign and malignant. Okay, so here we came to know that malignant cells have higher radius, area and concavity mean than benign cells. So here we can prove this. Now moving towards the next part, that is bar plot for analyzing the stages of affected women. So here we will use bar plot for analyzing the stages of affected women. So here you can see that malignant is affected near 200 and benign is affected above 300. Okay, so now we will check women affected at higher levels based on mean from the analysis of box plot. So we will run this line of code and we will see the output. So you can see the output here. So the pink block represent the tumor for benign and the blue block represent for the malignant tuber. Okay, now if you want to plot density plot based on texture mean, we will use this line of code here. Okay, so I will zoom the graph. So here you can see the pink part is representing the benign diagnosis and the blue part is representing the malignant diagnosis. So this we have compared on based on texture mean. Okay. Now let's try to see the distribution of data via histograms. So here you can see that we have compared it based on texture C feature for benign and malignant one. So now we will run this line of code. Here we have compared the perimeter mean for benign versus malignant, and here also the benign is more than the malignant one. So we are done with the visualization part. From here we will, in this section I will train the algorithm on the first part, make prediction on the second part, and evaluate the prediction against the accepted result. Now here we will split the data into training and testing sets. For that we will use logistic regression. So we will run this line of code to split the data into training and testing sets. So this is our set which has NA values, and now we will train it accordingly. For that we will use normalization process. We will run this line of code, and you can see here that our dataset was opened. Now we will create a model using regref function. So regref function is nothing but, you can say, it is function purpose to combine this function calls into one, as well as provide ancillary analysis such as graphics. For that purpose it is used. Here Cosmo binomial is used if analysts need to account for more variance in our dataset. We use Cauchy binomial. Okay, so now we will run the code and we will check for the summary. So the summary we have got here, you can see here we have got the summary of each part, like for mean, median and max we have got the value. Okay, now we will predict the model using predict function. So we will view the predicted model. So this is what these values appear when we use predict function. Now we will use confuse matrix for verifying prediction. First, before we have separate the predicted value, now we will use confuse matrix for verifying prediction. For that purpose we will run this line of code. Okay, so you can see on the output that we have got the output in the confusion matrix form. Now this brings us to an end, and here we have to check the accuracy for our model that we have built in. So here we will check the accuracy. So guys, you can see here that our accuracy for our analysis is 95%. So this is good. I think using logistic regression is the best logistic regression is the best way to have the analysis to check the whether the tumor is benign or malignant. And now we will have the last part, that is here error. So there are 0.040 error in our code. So I hope you like this video tutorial of mine. I have tried to explain each and every part in detail, and also you can see here that the accuracy is very good using logistic regression, that is 95%. So I hope you will like it. Thank you for listening and having your patience. Thank you so much.